morning, children. Today we are going to learn integration as a limit of sum. Integration as a limit of sum. What do I mean by this? Supposing I have a curve like this and my starting number, let me say 2, and my ending number is 4. Between 2 to 14, I want the sum of the things. So it's a big thing, doesn't look like a rectangle. So what I do, I keep on dividing. What is the total distance actually? The upper number minus the lower number. That is 14 minus 2. What is 14 minus 2? 12. So the length of it is 12. When I divide by 2, I get 2 parts. So each part will be 6. When I divide by 4, each part will be 3. When I divide by 12, each part will be 1. If I divide by 24, each part will be half. And if I divide by 48, 64, so as I keep on increasing the denominator, when it is 12 by 12, the each distance I will call 1. When it is 12 by 120, my answer is 0.1. And when it is 12 by 1200, my answer is 0.01. So as I increase the denominator, my answer is almost 0. So this I call n. This upper number I call b. This lower number I call a. So what is my formula? B minus a by n. And I keep on putting so many segments. If I keep on putting so many segments, this n will tend to infinity. When n tends to infinity, when denominator is more and more, my full answer is 0. So this full thing, which I call h, will become 0. So all this we use in the problems. Now, what is the small rectangle that I take? That small rectangle, what is the area? It is length into breadth. Length is f of a and breadth is h because very small length. For the second one, so h into f of a for the first segment. Second segment, h into f of a plus h. Next segment, h into f of a plus 2h and so on. Last segment, a plus nh into h. So all this I want to add up. Whenever I am adding, I will use the letter sigma. From where to where? From first number to nth number. So I will write R ranges from 1 to n. When I range it from 1 to n, f of a plus rh, R ranges from 1 to n. And how will I get it? H into f of a plus, whether it is 1h or 2h or 3h like that. So it is RH. This R ranging from 1 to n. And already I said denominator becomes infinity. The whole answer becomes 0. So we write limit h tends to 0, n tends to infinity. So I get the entire integral. The whole integral from a to b is nothing but limit of sum. So we are going to do a problem based on this method. So let us remember the formula. It is integral a to b f of x dx is equal to limit h tends to 0, n tends to infinity, sigma r equals 1 to n, h into f of a plus rh. And what is the small distance h? Which is nothing but b minus a by n. Now you are given a problem in exercise 2.11. Evaluate the integral as a limit of sum. This is a given problem. Compare this with the LHS. Integral a to b f of x dx. A is the lower limit. and b is the upper limit and f of x is the function, so that is x plus 4. Find out what is h. It is b minus a by n. 1 minus 0 by n. So that is 1 by n. I also need f of a plus rh. What is a? 0 plus r as it is. H is 1 by n. So r into 1 by n means r by n. Now what is f of x actually? We have written x plus 4. So what is f of 0 plus r by n? R by n. What is the meaning of this? Wherever x comes, put r by n. So x becomes x plus 4. R by n will become r by n plus 4. Now we shall put it in the problem. So integral 0 to 1 x plus 4 dx. That is a given question. We are going to apply this formula. Limit h tends to 0, n tends to infinity, sigma r ranges from 1 to n. What is h from the question? H is 1 by n. F of a plus rh, here I have calculated r by n plus 4. Now my next step is, let me evaluate this answer. So this is nothing but equal to limit. Once I have eliminated h as 1 by n, I need not write h, only n is here. So n tends to infinity. 1 by n is outside. This 1 by n also will be there. Into sigma I take inside. Sigma r. Sigma r means we must remember the formula. It is n into n plus 1 by 2. Sigma r represents n into n plus 1 by 2. Plus 4 is here. Sigma 4 means how many times I add 4. Supposing I add 4 plus 4, it will be 2 times 4. Supposing I add 4 plus 4 plus 4, I will write 3 times 4. Here I am adding n times. So n times 4 will be 4n. Now we'll simplify the answer taking this n inside. This is limit n tends to infinity. Take this n inside means n plus 1 divided by 2n plus 4n by n. And we know n I can cancel. So I am left with limit n tends to infinity. This also I can split further. First term by denominator, that is n by 2n. Second term by denominator, that is 1 by 2n. And third term is 4. This n also cancels. And this will become 0. Why? Limit n tends to infinity. Where is n coming? In the denominator. When the denominator is infinity, my answer will be 0. So I am just left with, once I put this as 0, I am just left with 1 by 2 plus 4. What is 1 by 2 plus 4? Taking LCM, it is 8 plus 1 by 2. That is 9 by 2. So, the given problem, as I apply this limit of sum, my answer is 9 by 2. My question is, check whether it is correct. So, going back to the question, using integration, we already learnt integral formula. X becomes x square by 2, 4 becomes 4x, put upper limit minus lower limit. Wherever x comes, put 1. Wherever x comes, put 0. Simplifying this also, I get only 9 by 2. So, I am able to conclude integral and the limit of sum both are equal. Question number 3. Integral 1 to 3 2x plus 3 dx. Comparing with integral a to b f of x dx. And we know the formula integral a to b f of x dx is equal to limit h tends to 0, n tends to infinity, sigma r ranges from 1 to n, h into f of a plus rh. How to find this h? It is b minus a by n. Now to apply in the formula, let us find all these things. What is a? The lower number, lower limit. What is b? The upper limit. What is f of x? It is the function 2x plus 3. And what is h formula? b minus a by n. 3 minus 1 by n, which is nothing but 2 by n. What is f of a plus rh? It is f of a value 1, r as it is, h value 2 by n. So I can write 2 divided by n. Now what is f of x actually? 2 into x plus 3. So what is this answer? F of 1 plus 2r by n is nothing but wherever x comes, put this bracket. So 2 into, in the place of x, substitute this 1 plus 2r by n plus 3. I'm just substituting here instead of x, put this bracket. So that is f of x we have substituted. Multiply now 2 into 1 plus 2 into 2r by n plus already there is a 3. Together 2 plus 3 I can write 5 plus 4r by n. Now putting it in the formula, integral 1 to 3 2x plus 3 dx is equal to the formula limit h tends to 0, n tends to infinity, sigma h into r ranges from 1 to n, h. What is h value? 2 by n. What is f of a plus rh? Here we have calculated 5 plus 4r by n. The next step, I need to bring sigma inside. Remember the formula, 5 is a number. How many times I am adding 5? N times. So 5 will become 5n. I can still write this limit h tends to 0, n tends to infinity. Sigma I am taking inside, so only 2 by n left out. 5 will become 5n plus, keep 4 by n as it is, r. Sigma r will become, a little before we said, n into n plus 1 by 2. So wherever sigma r comes, remember the formula n into n plus 1 by 2. We can cancel one n and n. We can cancel one 2 also. Now take this 2 by n inside. See, h tends to 0 is no longer valuable because I have taken only n here. So forget h tends to 0. Limit n tends to infinity. 2 by n I am multiplying. 2 into 5, 10. N by n. Then 2 into 2, 4 into n plus 1 divided by n. Simplifying this answer, limit n tends to infinity. N and n I can cancel, only 10 left out. 4n by n plus multiply 4 by n. This n also cancels. And this, whenever n is in the denominator, my answer is 0. Because n tends to infinity means n in the denominator will tend to 0. I am left with 10 and 4. 10 plus 4, my answer is 14. Now I have to cross check. So how will I verify the answer? We know the integral. What is the given question? Integral 1 to 3 2x plus 3 into dx. 2x will become x square by 2, 3 will become 3x. Ordinary integration, we apply upper limit minus lower limit. Wherever x comes, put 3 means 3 square, 9. 3 3s are 9. This is upper limit. Minus. Lower limit is 1. 1 square plus 3 into 1. So that is 18 minus 4. That is also 14. So we are able to show the integral value is 14. The limit of sum is also 14. So both are equal. And that is the answer. Question number 4. Integral 0 to 1 x square dx. Compare it with integral a to b f of x dx and recall this formula. A is the lower limit 0. B is the upper limit 1. F of x is the function given, that is x square. H is equal to b minus a by n, that is 1 minus 0 by n, which is nothing but 1 by n. F of a plus rh means f of a value 0, r into h value 1 by n. So r into 1 by n is r by n. F of x is x square. I want f of r by n. So f of r by n means it is r square by n square. X means x square. So r by n means r square by n square. So let us substitute all this in the formula. What is a given question? 0 to 1 x square dx. This becomes, write the formula, limit h tends to 0, n tends to infinity, sigma r ranges from 1 to n, h into, what is h actually? 1 by n. F of a plus rh, my answer is r square by n square. And I want to apply sigma. Remember the formula. It is limit h tends to 0, n tends to infinity. 1 divided by n into n square is n cube. I am just left with sigma r square. And in the earlier problems, we did only r. Sigma r means it is sum of the natural numbers. 1 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 like that. So it is n into n plus 1 by 2. Now it is r square. What is the meaning? 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on up to n square. So what would be the formula? It is limit, once I have finished h, I can write only n tends to infinity. 1 by n cube. What is the formula for sigma r square? N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. I can cancel 1 n and 1 cube. Now I have n square. Keep 1 n for the first bracket, 1 n for the second bracket. So how will I simplify this? Limit n tends to infinity. Keep this 6 as it is. There is n square. So keep 1 n for the first bracket, that is n plus 1 by n. And keep another n for the second bracket, that is 2n plus 1 by n. Now simplify this answer. Limit n tends to infinity 1 by 6 into the first one n by n plus 1 by n. The second one 2n by n plus 1 by n. I am splitting. First term by denominator, second term by denominator. See what all gets cancelled. This n cancels one time. N cancels. Whenever n comes in the denominator, my answer is 0. As limit n tends to infinity. 1 by n means it will become 0. So I'm just left with 1 by 6. Here there is a 1. This is 0. Forget it. Here there is a 2. So what is my final answer? 2 by 6 means it is 1 by 3. We need to verify. So verify with the integral. The question is 0 to 1 x square dx. How to write 0 to 1 x square dx? It is x cube by 3. Ordinary integral formula 0 to 1. Upper limit 1 by 3. Lower limit 0, which reduces to 1 by 3. So I am able to show the integral answer and limit of sum both are equal. Now there is one more problem with x and try it on your own. Thank you.